Hey comic book fans, welcome to episode 28 of the Comic Fix. Now I'm going to do my comic load. This is a huge week. I think I got anywhere from 15 to 16 comics. And I am just so stoked to read this week. I mean, there's so much good stuff that came out this week. And let's just get started with Wonder Woman issue number 15. We got the New Gods are finally in town. And I cannot wait to see what Brian Azzarello does with his story arc. I mean, we've been promised the New Gods for the past 3 issues, and then I know Sleepy Reader, this must be the first one he must read, because he's a huge New Gods fan, and I cannot wait to hear his reviews of what he thinks about what Brian Azzarello is doing in the New 52 with the New Gods. So, can't wait to read that. Got Catwoman issue number 15. If you notice, it doesn't have the Death of the Family logo on it, so I'm gonna be interested to read this and see if it actually does take part in Death of the Family. And then we have Nightwing issue number 15, and you see it's the first part of the Death of the Family for Nightwing, and it's Kyle Higgins is finally back off of a 2-month hiatus from the book because he had so much to plan out. So he told somebody else, go and take the reins and I'll be back in 2 months, and he finally is. And then we got Batwoman issue number 15, and Batwoman has just been one of those series that's been so fantastic, and I just cannot wait to see what the interior art looks like. I mean, the interior art by J.H. Williams III just is absolutely gorgeous, and even the storyline's getting pretty good. Then we got Hawkeye issue number 6. Hawkeye issue number 6, and this is the holiday issue, and I listened to Matt Fraction on the Comic Vine podcast, and he made me really stoked for this one. It's supposed to be the holiday issue, and it's supposed to be having Hanukkah, Christmas, and all these other different holidays all in one little thing, so I'm really stoked to see that. Supergirl issue number 15, The Hell on Earth, and there's one interesting thing that I gotta say, is there's been one inconsistent thing with L, is that sometimes he'll add the S and sometimes he won't in individual books, and I wonder if the interior art, if he has the hell sign. No, he doesn't, but on the cover he does. So interesting thing, because I do know in the first issue of Superboy he did have the chest burnt of hell, or not of hell, of the Superman's symbol. So interesting stuff there. America's Got Power issue number 4. It's been so long since I've read issue number 3 or 2 or 1. I think I'm going to go back and read them and then get started with issue number 4, because it's been two or 3 months since the last time we got another issue of America's Got Power. But at least I remember that I liked it, so I picked the next issue up. That's one of the bad things, though, about comics, is that sometimes they'll go on a 2 or 3 month hiatus, and you'll kind of forget about it until you go to the comic shop and say, oh, there's issue number 4. Huh, I didn't think that was coming out. And then we got Green Lanterns, The New Guardians. This whole storyline with Kyle Rayner learning how to use the different colors of the ring spectrum, a little boring, but hopefully once they get done with the story arc, they can finally get to kicking ass again, but it's been okay. I mean, it's not bad enough where I'll drop it, but just been not something I look forward to each and every month. And then we got Green Lantern issue number 15. I'm really interested to read this one, because I do think that in the last issue of Green Lantern Corps, we saw that Guy Gardner was thrown in jail, and I hear Baz will be in jail with him, and it's going to be cool to see what's going to happen there. And it does have the Third Army, which, really, do we really care about the Third Army? I don't think so. And then we got the book that, if the world's going to end on Friday, I'm glad we got this on Wednesday, and that's Saga issue number 8, or chapter 8. Can't wait to read this one. This one's definitely be the first one I'm going to be reading, and I cannot wait to get my review up for this. And if the world ends on Friday, just know, pick up Saga before the world ends, because you'll thank me, and when we're all in heaven or hell, you'll come up to me and be like, David, I'm so glad you told me to read Saga before the world ends. So just go and read Saga. Birds of Prey issue number 15. Dwayne Szynski is got a couple more issues, then he's off the Birds of Prey, and some other writers going to come in. And there's one interesting thing about this series is that it's been really focused on Katana. Since Katana's going to be getting her own series, Birds of Prey has been focusing on her, and I like her as a character, and I cannot wait to read her own series and see what she's going to be doing also in Justice League of America. I'm glad that they're making her a bigger character. And just like what I did with Grifter, I decided to pick up a book I never really pick out of DC Comics. That's Legion of Superheroes. I don't know much about Legion, but I decided to give it a try. I was like, nah, I haven't given a review of it, and it may be actually good. You never know. And then we got all new X-Men issue number 4, and I gotta say, the writers, Brian Michael Bendis, and the artist Stuart Immonen, or whatever his name is. Wow, these guys have been putting out comics like crazy. This book hasn't even out in 2 months yet, and it's already on issue number 4. I mean, it's funny though. Issue number 1, I didn't really care for. Issue number 2, I absolutely loved. Issue number 3, it was okay. It was more on the bad side. Issue number 4, hopefully it does like the James Bond thing, where every single all the even comics or movies, like in James Bond, are good, and the bad ones and the odd ones are bad. So let's hope that this one is actually good. And then we got FF issue number 2. I read FF issue number 1 on Comixology. I really did enjoy the artwork. The only thing that I thought was lacking was the story art that Matt Fraction is telling, and since the only time I ever read Matt Fraction is on his Hawkeye book, I was kind of disappointed with the whole pacing of FF, or the Fantastic Four book. And as I think that it's going to be going, is that you cannot read Fantastic Four without reading FF, because as Matt Fraction said, FF is definitely going to be a book that's going to enrich the whole experience of what's going on in Fantastic Four. But this art on here is just so freaking amazing, and I think it's the artist that they had on Mad Men. So, how can you get better than that? And then finally, the last book of this week. This was a really big week, as next week is going to be the week after, or the day after Christmas that Wednesday is going to fall on. And DC Comics and Marvel Comics are only putting like 2 books. So I'll be getting every single book next week. So, last book is Red Hood and the Outlaws. This one's going to be so freaking amazing. Anywhere else besides comics, where can you get it where the person that killed you, you're going to meet him again? And just, I cannot wait to read this one. It's going to be so interesting to see where Scott Liddell takes this book. Because there's one thing I know about Scott Liddell, is that he has some off books. I mean, sometimes his issues would just be so off. But there's times in there where you just see he just has such a great idea for a story, and he will just roll with it. And sometimes it takes him to dark, dark places. I think that's what's going to happen here. I have a feeling this is going to be a good Scott Liddell. I cannot wait to read it. So that's my comic love for this week. It is a huge freaking week. And next week's going to be really small, so I didn't feel bad at all to pick up all these comics. I'm really excited to get reading them, and I would love to know what you guys picked up this week. And do you guys actually enjoy Marvel Comics putting out bi-weekly books? A lot of bi-weekly books. Me, personally, I don't. I stopped reading Thor because it was bi-weekly, and I just don't have the money to spend on 2 books, 2 of the same books every single month. So I would love to know your guys' opinion on that. This is Dave from the Comic Fix saying I cannot wait to start reading my comics, and I hope you guys are also. So I'll see you guys later.